Hi, today I'm going to go through a few different options you have for using Snapshot to display your channel intensity and any objects that you have created. So I'll first start off with going over some options that can be useful for looking at the objects you've detected. So here I have a surface object, and you can see that I have a black background. This black background can be part of my snapshot that I create, or it can be removed and just have a fully transparent background so that the only thing that's part of my snapshot is the surface object itself. So you can find the snapshot controls by selecting this drop-down menu and selecting Preferences. This is where you can pick the resolution of your snapshot that's created along with the file type and a few other settings that you can use for your save settings. The one I want to talk about in particular is this transparent background option. If this is enabled, the snapshot that I generate here will have just the surface object that's displayed exactly as it is in this field of view marked here in my window size. I can change the size of my window by adjusting and pulling over the Surpass Scene panel to make it larger or smaller, and I can move my surface object exactly as I want it. So whatever the view is in this portion of my Imaris window is what my snapshot will have. Once I like how this looks, I can select the snapshot icon to create a snapshot. This will open up a preview window. This is helpful, but not really all that useful. So I have opened up PowerPoint in the background and have a purple background so you can see how interesting it can be to use that transparent option. So when I have my purple PowerPoint background and then drop in that snapshot that I created, you can see that the snapshot is transparent. You can see the purple PowerPoint background, and then the view of my surface object matches what was in the Imaris window, including how big this box is. So that's one interesting thing I want to show you. The other thing I want to show you with the display background is an option where you can pick what the display is back here. So you don't have to have the information that matches the background of your channel intensity. You can control what that display is by going to File, Preferences, Display. Here you can select what the background color is, and you can even have a nice linear color progress going between these two different background colors. So I'll select something that's kind of a bold difference between the first background color selection and the second background color selection, so you can really see what I'm trying to share. So just make sure this box is checked here for linear color progress blending. You can see it doesn't look like I did anything, right? For you to actually see that background, we have to turn off the volume. So you're not going to be able to look at any of your channel values when we do this. It's just going to be the objects that you have detected. But when I turn off this volume option, you can see that I do have that linear blending going from those two different background colors I selected. Here, if I want to have this background color on my snapshot, I have to turn off transparent. So once again, I'll go to the snapshot preferences and uncheck this box here for transparent background. And then I'll hit snapshot again, and this one, I'll just preview here what this one looks like. And you can see I have that linear background. And if I drop this into my PowerPoint again, you can see that the box matches exactly what that field of view was in Imaris, and you can see the linear background, the blended background here too. If I want to just have that picture here with my surface along with the actual channel intensity, I could do something like go to the color tab of the surface object, make it transparent so I can see the fluorescent signal of channel 1 here, and now take a snapshot this way. And you can see this is what my snapshot looks like. It doesn't have the linear background because I have the volume on, but it does have the channel intensity turned on here. And that will look just like what you would expect it to look like if we drop it into PowerPoint. So these are 3 different options that are controlled by the transparent background and whether or not the volume is turned on in Snapshot. Let's talk a little bit about what this looks like when you're just looking at your channel data. So if we turn off our surface object and just look at this channel data, the same rules apply. So whatever I have adjusted here for my display adjustment window, so if I auto adjust it or change like the min or the max or anything here in my display adjustment window, that will affect what my snapshot is going to look like. So let's just reset this so we have a different field of view, but whatever is in this box, which can be controlled by moving the size of the surpass panel and setting reset or rotating around your image, whatever is in here, this will be what my snapshot looks like. But the transparent background will also control what this is going to look like. You don't have the option here to have that linear blending background because once again, we need to have our volume turned on so we can see our channels. So under preferences, if I check the transparent background, let's take a look at what that looks like. So this is our preview of just the channel data with a transparent background. I can go into PowerPoint and drop this file in so you can see. So it's similar, but it doesn't have the surface object, it's just the channel data. Turning off the transparent background will affect what this looks like, but it'll only affect it if you have pixel values out here that are not 0. So let me show you what I mean. So I have transparent background turned off, and I have created my snapshot there, and I can drop this in. And you can see here, the pixel values are going to be dark here compared to the transparent background. So having the transparent background having the transparent background turned on or off is going to affect what your snapshot looks like. We can also go to a different data set, one that has more background, where the background that we were looking at with that data set that I just had open is not going to have a lot of information in the actual channel. So let's take a look here at a data set that does have some background. I'm going to use this green channel here so you can see what I mean. So once again, if we go to preferences, transparent background is turned off, and we can hit snapshot and then bring that snapshot into into PowerPoint rather. And you can see here that this time we don't have fully dark pixels, right? Like there is some background in there, so we can see what those values look like in that snapshot. And then let's turn back on transparent background so we can see the difference. And then real quick, I do want to note that if you have the frame turned on, it will be apparent in your snapshot. So you can always turn that on and off. Just depends on what you want it to look like and what you need for your display purposes. So here is our preview of the transparent background of our channel data. But let's take a look and see what it looks like in PowerPoint. Just going to move that so we have some space. And you can see here. So it really does depend on what your channel information is and what your settings are for that transparent background option for both the objects themselves and for your channel values. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.